Sunday, December 27th, and you just saw me doing warm-ups before I get into this leg workout. The thing I was doing here, stretching out my hip flexors, run right here. Actually so tight it kind of hurt if I walk, and I completely extend when I walk. They get really tight from sitting a lot. So if you're really tight there, try doing that stretch. You just kick this leg back, and bend this leg, and put thrust your hips forward, and it feels better real good here. Same thing on the other side. Alright, let's get into it. I'm going to start with some leg extensions. I do leg extensions and some lying hamstring curls. I do working sets, but they're pretty much just to really warm up my hamstrings and quads for when I do like squats and my deadlifts. That's the thing I recommend, is warming up really good, like you saw me doing the cardio. I only did that for 2.5 minutes though. But just to get warmed up a little bit. I don't really like starting until I get kind of break a little sweat. You can really feel that you're warmed up. What I do, you see my upper body days, I normally wear a hoodie. And even now I got these sweatpants on. I got a pair of basketball shorts on them too. So to help yourself get warmed up even quicker, I recommend doing that. Just wear an extra layer and do warm-up sets before you jump in. Make sure you're good and warmed up. Got blood all around the joint, huh? That it's just gonna prevent injuries. You want to prevent injuries as much as possible, because once you get hurt, something's messed up, it's gonna put you out weeks or a couple months, and then really it's never gonna be 100% the same. And on these, I recommend adjusting the back here, and have it where your knees are sitting on the edge of the bench here. Don't have it, you can't really see between my knees, but don't have it where there's a gap in between the bench and your knees. Sit back in it where your knees rested on the bench. And I recommend don't lock it out all the way. Again, when you lock all the way out, you're putting stress on the joints and ligaments and not the muscle. you're more concerned with progressing in your squat and deadlift, big but more your other movements, you don't have to start with these because you only got so much energy that you can expend in a certain amount of time for your workout. So as the longer your workout goes, you have less energy to spend on your exercises that are at the end because you're not as fresh. So just work the front of the legs, the quads. Now I'm going to do 2 sets for the hamstrings as well. It's good to, not just for your shoulder, but just your whole body. You want to always work the front as much as the back, just to balance your joint. You don't want too much. If you have way overdeveloped quads, it's just going to pull your knee and just like your ligaments out of place, and you're more susceptible to have an injury like that. So always train one side of your body as much as the other. The only reason I'm not fast forwarding through the exercises is so you can kind of see the tempo I'm in when I do the exercises. And on any exercise where you're using both limbs to pull at once like this, it's not single leg, you always want to try to focus really hard on pulling, obviously one with just those muscles you're trying to isolate, and you want to focus really hard on pulling equally with both, because the stronger side will want to naturally take on more of the load because it's stronger, but you gotta really try to focus and pull the same. What I do almost, I try to visualize like my legs as both my legs just as one. Just kind of envision that and feel it like that, and that helps a lot, or it helps me. So maybe if you try it, it might help you too. But if you ever do find one, like one bicep bigger than the other, one leg bigger than the other, one side of your chest, start incorporating exercise that you use each arm independently or each leg independently. Like over here we got a standing hamstring curl. I could do single legs over there if you wanted. if I wanted to, but I just do the same because I don't feel like I had that problem. And if you were doing that on bench, you would just use dumbbells instead of a barbell. I'll just get a little warm set of squats in. Alright, now there's no, pretty much giving up a back barbell squat, pretty much for good. I messed up my lower back. Actually just like working, I was bending over a lot, and I was just bending over with bad form. I was hinging at my waist, like bending over with a rounded back and coming straight up. And so it messed up my back, but pretty much gone now. I've been going to the chiropractor for a while, about got it squared away. So I think what bothers it is loading my spine with weight. Like that would do it. Something like that would do it. Like you stand on it, that's calf raises. It would be on my back there. My shoulders would be loading my spine. So pretty much giving up those. I'm still doing squats. I'm just doing them with the belt right here. I just started this last workout since I'm on kind of like a new split, and I think last workout's on a workout I hadn't actually did a back barbell squat since I gave it up. But I just get this weight belt. Clip on the end of it. Move it through. And I like to hang a little bit higher, so I'll lift it 2 extra times. I don't want it touching the ground when I go down. So that's what I'm doing now. This is my second time doing this. This is what I'm doing for squats now. There's really no one exercise that you need. You know, like basically I'm giving up squats forever, but I can still do squats like this, or even where you hold a dumbbell and swing your legs and squat and still make progress. That's what it's about, you know. That's what I had to do with my bicep tendonitis last year. Can't do incline bench pressing anymore. Any kind of flies messes with my shoulder. Dips kind of bother too, so basically I don't do those anymore. I just have to stop doing exercises that bother. And I don't train biceps directly anymore, or triceps. I used to do that. I stopped doing that completely. And you know, I was gotten rid of it. So you gotta train smart, work around your injuries if you have any. And you know, yeah, it sucks. I would like to do dips or incline bench and stuff, but it's not worth doing them and getting injured. So I'm not gonna do squats anymore. But I'm doing squats like this, and now I can keep strapping weight to this belt, keep going up. But I'm about to get in this set. Yeah, I'm doing extremely light weights. I have to be careful with how I train my legs because I had jumper's knee a while back. It's probably been a year or so ago. I got it. I was doing squats a couple times a week, and I was playing basketball literally 6 or 7 days a week for like 3 or 4 hours a day. So all that damn jumping and the weights on my legs tore my knees up. I had a jumper's knee really bad. So that's why I didn't train legs for the longest time. But I got them now where I can train them. I still have to be pretty conscious of how I train them. But I think I really lost too much leg mass up in my quads. My calves went down because I actually had like some I guess it was Achilles tendonitis. I hear you, Achilles. I was just getting pain there, and that's the only reason I could think I was doing a bunch of sets of calves to really bring them up. But I found out, I think it was because I wasn't stretching them. Now, I'll show you a stretch at the end in the video, or maybe I'll put it in a separate video that I do that really basically took that away from me. All right, I'm not talking about getting this set. The only reason I'm not holding the dumbbell between my legs is because really pull days on one day I'm not really working my forearms too much, so other than deadlift, I got straps to help with that, so letting that heal. Instead of holding it and using my forearms today, you know, it's just another day off, and my forearms get healed. Another thing I'm going to recommend too is, you can look up workout programs. I just built my own pretty much. I would recommend one, starting with as little amount of sets and reps and stuff that you could possibly do, and slowly build up over time. What I feel like I messed up on, I started out just say here, you know, and over time I've slowly been taking away volume. So what I'd recommend, you know, start here, start little, and then if your body's good with that, you know, slowly add more. Because, yes, I got tendonitis and stuff, but that kind of just shows me when you get tendonitis or injury, you know, I was doing too much. You know, everybody's body is different. Some people recover faster or slower. They can handle more loads and all this and that. So, and it's just showing, you got to learn your body is the main thing. So, I've been learning what I've been doing is too much. So, that's what I recommend. Start little and slowly add more over time. Oh, and with the weight program, just pick one, and I say stick with it for a year. Don't be doing different workouts every time you come to the gym. Pick a workout and stay with it. I didn't really finish my thought on it last video after I watched it. I really did. Get a journal. Come in, write down what day it is, chest day, back day, full day, arm day, whatever split you're running, full body day, whatever it is. Write down the date. I even track how long my workouts take. Put down how many rep goal you're going for. How much rest in between each set you're doing. Write down each exercise. How many sets, what weight you're using, how many reps you're getting. So then over time, you can go back and flip through. Hell, I can go back, like a year and see what I was doing on a specific day. I can tell you exactly what I was doing. And it's really cool to go back and look. You can see your weights progress over time. And that's one thing it is good for, to go back a few weeks and say, or just a month and be like, what am I progressing? And if you go back and look, you're doing the same damn weight, something's wrong. You need to up the weights, you ain't eating enough to grow or something. But it's just good to track it. What's the quote? What gets measured can be managed, or what can't be measured can't be managed. I might be fucking that up. I'll probably look it up and type it on the screen here. Talking too much again. I'm resting way too much between sets. Let me get this one set in. Oh, yeah, too long enough. Just 5 the first set, and then over 10 this set. Next week I'll do start with 10 and go to 15. After that, 15 to 20. After that, 20 to 25, and so on, so on, so on. Yeah, I mean, really, that's way too light, but I say I'm not worried about it. I'll just slowly add it up over time. That's the important thing with movements like squats and deadlifts. Make sure your form is pretty much perfect before you start adding a lot of weight, because definitely those two exercises will jack your back up really bad if done incorrectly. Especially, you don't want to worry about that. Don't lift with your ego. Don't worry about that. I mean, if you want to be a powerlifter, then you can do whatever. But if you're trying to build the muscle, you want to be focusing on your muscle that you're using. It's not just about moving the weight from point A to point B. But just get your form down. Even if it's a couple weeks with just the bar, it don't matter. Get the form down good before you start adding weight. Show how to squat. I don't do it with nothing. The only difference is if you're on your back, you do it here. Now, if you're doing a front squat, you just have your arms up. What? Get however wide you want. First thing you want to do is not come down, is sink back. Like stick your butt out, sink into your hips, like this. I'll do it with that one. Coming back first. Another thing you want to make sure your knees are always behind your toes. And by going back like that, you want to flatten into your hips. You don't want to just go straight down. Because when your knees, if you come straight down and put your knees over your toes, that puts way too much pressure on your knees that don't need to be put there. And it will mess your knees up. So, get your, whatever's comfortable for you, feet wise and all, your stance. You want to sink back first. That's your first movement. Not here. Here. Sink back. Always keep your back. Always keep your chest up and your back flexed and flat. Don't ever start rounding your back. That will 100% guarantee fuck up your lower back. That's about all I'm explaining right now. If you want to learn more, and I'm pretty sure there's hundreds of YouTube videos on the squat, so you can look those up. That doesn't explain it well enough for you. I'm about to get into some deadlifts. This won't block it too much. Oh, sweet. again, I'm still perfecting my form. Like I said, I haven't been doing this for a couple of weeks, so I'm still trying to make sure my form's right. Again, on these, do not round your lower back. You're gonna fuck it up. Always want to keep your, again, you want to sink back in your hips on these two when you go down. You don't want your knees over your toes. Always keep your chest up and your lower back straight and flexed. And that's why it's good to have a journal. See about the deadlift. I'm going back to last week and see what I did. 85 to 90. I'm gonna start at 90 today. And then maybe 95. Instead of having to, I'm doing 7, 8 exercises. It's gonna be kind of hard to remember exactly what you did a week before, specifically for each workout. So that's why. So you can just go back to last week and then see your numbers this week, and you can see if you're improving week by week too. I'm gonna do some back extensions over here to warm up my lower back. I have absolutely no quad pump. Normally when I would squat, I get the most insane quad pump of my life. That's just because I think I have more weight on the bar, I'm only doing 10 pounds, which is literally isn't shit. I have to do like 75 reps to get a pump. But you should be able to see me over there. I'm just gonna be warming up my lower back before I do deadlift. Now exercises like bench press, pull-ups, deadlifts, squats, rows, exercises like that, what I consider big body movements, compound movements, because you're using more than one muscle group. So it gets you bigger faster because you're using more muscle to get it up. Deadlifts, I'm using my forearms, biceps, all of my back pretty much, glutes, hamstrings. The calves get a little bit of work too, and a little bit of my quads, and my core is getting work too. So everything's basically getting work during that, except for my chest and that's about it. So big body movements like that is good. One, if you want to build the most muscle, and two, if you want to lose weight faster, because movements like this get your heart rate up faster, and they're gonna make you burn more calories. I think that was 15. Sometimes I mess up on counting. I get focusing so much on keeping my form so good and pushing with the right muscles. Another tip, if you ever feel your form starting to break down, you pretty much need to call it quits on that set. Because poor form, that's just kind of asking for injury. The shittier your form is, the more likely you are getting. That's another thing. Have a goal when you come to the gym, or even before you start lifting. Like, what do you want to just build muscle? You know, do you want to just build strength? You know, you got to kind of, or you just want to work on muscular endurance. You kind of need to know what you want, so then you build your plan, or you go out and pick a program that's going to give you what you want. Set 2, I just moved up, I think 95. Not amazing, but thanks to PR. Yeah, hell, these two are PRs.